Thanks for watching part one. I hope you enjoyed part two, and let's get started. The series that most like to get into, just for starters, probably just some of the simple ones like the Jack and Daxter games. I have all of them for the PlayStation 2, and they look like a lot of fun. I've just never put one in. I've always been in the mood for another game or something like that. So just never tried them. And I guess kind of in that same style, I think, is like the Banjo Kazooie, Banjo Tooie. I have both of those games for the 64, and I have never played them. I've heard great things about them. Just never, again, anytime I'm playing the 64, it's probably Mario 64 or Ocarina of Time. But just games that I would like to check out. Another series is the Grand Theft Auto. I've goofed around on the original Grand Theft Auto, but again, I have most of them for the PlayStation 2 and just haven't played them in. Unfortunately, with those, I think there's going to be some like language stuff and stuff that I need to make sure that my daughter's not around for. Whereas like Jack and Daxter and stuff like that, that's just some stuff that she can see and that's not a problem. But just have to be a little more careful with Grand Theft Auto. And RPG wise, I would love to get into anything that has Shin Megami Tensei's name on it. The Persona series, stuff like that. I actually just don't see them very often. I used to see a couple at GameStop when they still had PlayStation 2, but they still wanted $30, $29, $25 for disc only, and so just ridiculous prices. But I'd love to get into some of those RPGs. What made me start collecting? For me, I like I said previously, I was kind of off and on collecting. When I found stuff, some games that I'd want to play, stuff like that. But really, after my daughter was born, I think I was just really struggling for some kind of creative output. I had tried a few things to kind of fill that void. With Legos, I was buying Legos and stuff like that, and I was doing some sports writing for a sports website and stuff like that, and just couldn't really stick to either of those. But really, this video game hunting and the YouTube channel really has just captivated me, and I've just spent you know all my free time doing that, collecting, and doing this channel, and really like I enjoy the collecting more than playing games. I just that's really I don't know just really just took off with it, and that really like I said it really helped me out. Like I said, I was just really searching for something to do, to keep me busy and stuff like that. And the video game hunting really stepped in and, like I said, carried me with it. So my favorite system to collect for has to be the PlayStation 2 right now. It's one thing. It's probably my favorite system since it plays PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1 games. But the PlayStation 2 games themselves, there's just thousands of them for one thing, and a lot of great games, a lot of great RPGs, and especially now like at pawn stores and stuff like that, they're so easy to find. And then actually in my next video, I found a few RPGs at a pawn store, which I'm really excited about. So, yeah, that's like I said, there's just a lot of great games, and they're just so easy to find and so cheap right now, for the most part. So that's definitely my favorite to collect for right now. This question actually kind of coincides with the other one about my favorite pickup. And so I'll just talk about another one. And for me, this is another great pickup I thought was I found a NES in the box at a pawn store for $30. And when I opened it to make sure it had everything, two games popped out. One was Cobra Triangle, which is actually kind of a fun game itself, and Mega Man 6. So out of the games that could have came out of there, I was not expecting Mega Man 6. So yeah, like I said, I paid 30 for it, and I instantly really just turned around and took the box NES to a game store, and I think I sold it for like 60 bucks. So I think I said in that video too, but I like to think of it that they paid me to take Mega Man 6 off of them. So that's just another great find that I had, and really was happy to see a uncommon game like that. My favorite birthday memory. Uh, well, I'm going to use my 18th birthday, which was some time ago now. and it's actually a Jigglypuff story. Like I said earlier, Jigglypuff is my character of choice for Super Smash Brothers, and I played a lot of Super Smash Brothers in high school, and I kicked a lot of ass in Super Smash Brothers in high school. And so somehow just the word got out that I like Jigglypuff or I like the character, and it's just partly true. That wasn't certainly anyone that I sought after in the Pokemon games, but in Super Smash Bros. He's obviously the best one. Well, anyway, so the word got out, and I had my girlfriend at the time had thrown me a surprise birthday party at McDonald's, which was actually where I worked, and so they were in on it too. And so it was this whole goofy thing, and a bunch, all my friends were there, and no kidding, every one of them had some form of Jigglypuff, either like some kind of plush, or I think I probably got about six or seven, of the Pokemon cards of Jigglypuff. I think all in all, I totaled about 35 Jigglypuffs, at the end of the day there. So just ridiculous. So like the next morning they were all thrown away. I didn't know what to do with them, but just funny how something gets started, and just ended up with a ton of Jigglypuff crap. So that's my silly birthday memory. Also, it was recorded, which now I hope it has been destroyed and never to be seen again. But I haven't thought about it for a long time. So this is a goofy question, but I like it. If I was Bowser, would I give up on kidnapping the princess? And the answer is absolutely not. Um, just like, looking for games, I'm not giving up on looking for Xenoblade Chronicles or, Flintstone Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. Those are, ultimate goals and stuff like that. But I will give Bowser some advice. I quit cloning the Goombas, and Fire Flowers for the Piranha Plant, stuff like that. And I would just build an army of Magic Koopas and all of the underwater creatures, the bloopers and the Rip Van Fish, and all those other crap that I just absolutely hated in Mario 3 and Super Mario World. So yeah, just fill it with the Magic Koopas. I think that'd take care of Mario for the rest of the time. My largest collection is definitely the PlayStation 2 right now. I think I have upwards of 230 now. I just keep finding them, and so that collection just keeps growing. And you saw my last video, I just picked up like 12 more games or something like that for 60 cents each. So just I just keep finding them and adding them to the collection. I have not been to Gold and Silver Pawn. I've seen the show a couple times, but I have never been there. I have heard horror stories though of people just waiting in like Disneyland lines, like hour, 2 hours just to get inside. And and if they're filming at that time, then it's almost impossible to get in. So no, I've never, like I said, made it down there. I remember watching the one Game Chasers episodes where they went there, and just the stuff in there was so expensive, especially if it had been on one of their episodes. So I haven't made it down there. I would like to, just to say I have, but haven't yet. I've been collecting for off and on for a few years now. I still have a lot of my games from when I was a child, as if you saw in my some of my collection videos, they still have my initials written on by my mom. But like I said, off and on for the past couple of years, really the YouTube channel here has really just fueled, my the drive, to go out and find games and stuff like that, and collect for everything. Whereas before, really, I was just finding games, that I would want to play, or that I intended to play. Now, there's no way I can possibly play all the games that I have, or even try them. So now it's almost a full-time hobby. Whereas before it was just kind of casually, if I came across a game, I'd pick it up, kind of thing. So here's my wife of almost 6 years now. It'll be six in May. This is my wife Claire. We are actually fighting for the light here, so that's why it looks like we're pushing each other.
He's hogging it.
But we met through a friend of a friend, someone that you went to high school with, and that I knew from the base. She was a lifeguard at the base pool, and we met in December of 2006 at Gillies Country Bar, where I am a perfect square dancer, and we that's a place that we used to hang out a lot while we were
Yeah.
dating and even before we were dating. That's a place
Yeah,
that
we
I went
did.
with friends. Not that I'm this giant country fan, but it's just kind of a cool place to hang out.
I would.
You know, cheap drinks and it was just fun. It was on the strip, so it was kind of cool for the time. Um, the building has since been removed, and I think
They blew it
yeah they blew it up, and I
up.
think there's like a Trump condos there or something like that, Donald Trump condos or something.
Yeah,
But
I think so.
regardless, but this is my wife, and that was a good question, John. My favorite item in my collection is probably the JVC XI. It's the Sega Genesis Sega CD combination. It's kind of a neat thing. I found it early on in my YouTube channel. I found it at a garage sale, and I think it was $20. Came with two controllers, the hookups, and 18 games. And so have never even heard of the system until I saw it. And it's somewhat of a unique, uncommon system. And like I said, just kind of cool to have. It's kind of cool to have the Sega CD. Then I have to go out looking for a separate system and stuff like that. Also with it, I actually had to repair the power cable. The wire had broke right right after the block, and so I had to dike that, and then resolder the wires inside the block, the brick or whatever you call it. And so it's just kind of a neat that I got to use a little bit of a electrical experience to fix it and everything. So that's definitely my favorite item in the collection. So this next question, I think, comes from my buddy who is trying to cleverly disguise himself as his wife, but I could be wrong. So if I am, I apologize. But it's a really cool question. Just asking about personal memories that I have with my favorite system. And like I answered before, the PlayStation 2 right now is probably my favorite system, and I have a lot of great memories. And so I'll just share a couple to try to keep this short. But first is the Harvest Moon game, Save the Homeland, is something that my sisters and I played. I think it was when I came home on leave, while I was in the Air Force. So I came home to visit them, and we must have spent just nights playing this game, trying to get all 10 endings or how many endings it has. And we played it so much that all the characters had we had just given them names. Like I specifically remember Holly was the little girl who lives in the house by the lake. I think it's an inn, and I can't remember if she is the one you have to make the cake for, or the dress. I think the cake, but anyway, like I said, we just had a great time with it, and and still reminisce about Holly, and and save the homeland from time to time. Another memory is just for me a self memory here. And this was, I think, last year. My wife took our daughter out of town to go to a baptism for some friends that I just couldn't make it. I couldn't get out of work for, and so I think they left maybe like on a Thursday or Friday. I think they probably left on a Friday. So when I got home from work, my sister had sent me some games, and one of them was Ratty Out of Stories for the PlayStation 2, and I started playing it Friday night, and Sunday midday I beat that game. I spent out of, let's say, 48 hours, I spent 36 of them playing this game pretty much straight. I mean, I slept for a few hours and then went back to it. I ate for 10 minutes and then went back to the game. I just couldn't put that game down. There's like 100 characters to find. The story's really cool. I really enjoyed the game. So it's pretty much a 36-hour marathon of playing that game and beating it. So Red Dead Stories is a great game to play. So definitely check it out. But definitely one of my favorite video game memories is Red Dead Stories, and it's Square Enix, so you can't go wrong. This is actually a really good question, Lex. How do I feel about getting too good of a deal? And I say that because really this Craigslist deal about the Nintendo 64 bundle I just did, I kind of had a little bit of a buyer's remorse, and you know had some second thoughts. If I had cheated this kid, he definitely didn't get what he was asking, and I certainly wasn't going to meet him at his asking price. But I still felt like he was this innocent kid just trying to make some cash, to buy more games, and I bought it for what $75, took the games I wanted out of it, and then resold it for 80. And so there was just a little bit of a conscious issue there. I don't think I did anything wrong, but just that brings up a really good point about too good of a deal. I don't think I've ever had any. regrets, about buying deals at a store, like at a pawn store or a thrift store. Um, I've just, maybe I haven't come across anything that's, in equal value. I'm not sure, but I haven't really had any remorse or anything from buying from a store, or from selling. I haven't felt like I've cheated anyone, by selling on Craigslist or eBay or something like, or trades, for that matter. So, but no, that's definitely a good question because, like I said, that Craigslist deal with the Nintendo 64 stuff, I really had some second thoughts about. So, what is the worst game that I have ever played? This is kind of a tough question. Worst is, kind of a harsh criticism for any game, but there's definitely some games that I just didn't enjoy. Quest 64 is one of them I just couldn't get into, and I've tried a few times and just couldn't. It's just too boring, and I just didn't really like it. Uh, Another one for me is for the Nintendo is 10-Yard Fight. That game is really if I just want to punish myself. Like I love Techno Bowl, I love a lot of the other, the baseball games and stuff, but for whatever reason, 10-Yard Fight is just terrible. You only have like two plays, pass or run, and you can always punt it on accident. And anytime you pass it, if, it's a line of sight game. So if there's a defender in the line of sight, he's going to intercept it regardless. And so just a frustrating and annoying game. So 10-Yard Fight's definitely up there. But I will say I have not played Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or Hyde Lied. But I love Pro Jared's reviews on Hyde Lied and Super Hyde Lied and all that. So those are great. So I will probably at least punish myself with them once. And I had another game on here. Oh yeah, of course. Any fighting game on the Game Boy is just terrible. And most notably is Shrek Fighting or Shrek Kung Fu. I forget what it's called. But I sent it to the Robotnik brothers, and he even commented just how terrible it is. But even like Killer Instinct was awful on the Game Boy, so just stay away from any fighting games on the Game Boy. Probably any handheld, but definitely the Game Boy. All right, so if you're ready, let's put that one back in. Put it back in. Let's shake it up. Shake the jug up. We are now going to pick the first place winner. This is the grand prize. You get a choice of Mega Man 2 or the Metroid Prime. Keep shaking. All right. And the grand prize, hold your hand out. Hold your hand out, Sophie. The grand prize winner is, I'll give it a good shake too. All right. There it is. Come out. All right, who is it? Can you show it to the camera? It is the Robotnik brothers, the cheaters, Keith and Austin. So you are our first place winners. And Chris, KMD Baby, you are the second place. Congratulations, and thank you very much, all of you, for participating in my contest. Can you say thank you?
Thank you!
And bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
All right, thank you. I want to say thanks again to everyone who asked some questions and commented on my videos, and who comment on all my videos. I just can't thank you enough. It's just been a great experience, and I love doing these videos, and just love this community. But congrats again to KMD Baby and the Robotnik brothers. Keith, I'll probably just give you a text tomorrow, and let you know even before you watch this video. That way you can get it going here and get Chris his gift also. But congrats again, guys. And I've got a ton of stuff to show you next week. And just as a teaser here, I've got 30 NES games that I picked up for 20 bucks. So just a ton of stuff. Probably about like 50, 60 games to show you. So that'll probably be split over a couple videos too. But thanks again, guys, and take care. Sophie, can you say hi?
Hi!
All right, we're going to put all the ping pong balls in the jug here, and then we're going to draw from it. You ready? Let's put them in the jug here. You want to help me?
Sure.
All right, let's put them in the jug.
I just got some from the juice for the jug.
Okay, good. Keep putting them in. Put that one in. Okay. This looks like J Cap.
Yay!
Who we got here? Danny Dogmouth.
Yay!
All right. Oh, the box is empty. We're all ready. Can you shake them up for me? Shake them up. Let's mix them up in there. All right. All right. Now we're gonna dump just one out. Can you dump just one? Just one. Okay. Turn it back over. Turn it back over. Turn the jug back over, sweetheart. I know this is a longer video, so I just wanted to give you guys an intermission. And I've got a special helper today. Next up, all right, Sophie, can you just dump them out and pick one? Or whatever one falls out, that's the one you want to pick up, okay? So let one fall out, just one. Okay, stop. I turned it down. All right, stop. Oh no!
It's not working.
All right.